CM Bomai and Prakash Raj also arrived to cast their votes. What did they say? Listen in.
I just want to say that please come and vote to the success of democracy and development of Karnataka.
This is a place where you have the right to decide. In elections, in politics, it is a ruling party who is accountable, and you know well what to do and what you have suffered and what you have done. We need Karnataka to be beautiful. Sarva Jananga Shanti Nagar. Let's keep the harmony. Let's vote communal and by democracy.
And for more on this, I'm joined with my colleague Thoya Jakshi from Bengaluru. So Thoya Jakshi, it's been just 1 hour and we can see that voters are arriving at the polling booths. So now I want to know the situation on the ground. How many voters have arrived and what is the situation? What are they voting for?
So, well, that's absolutely, it's been 1 hour since the voting has already started, and you can also see that I have the first-time voter with me. So, please tell me, it is your first-time vote. You have casted your vote, and how do you feel about it?
I feel amazing. I feel responsible. I feel like finally, after a really long time, I've been able to contribute to my country. And whatever decision will be there, I will have a very, very tiny bit, but definitely a role to play in that.
So I would also like you to ask another question. So basically, what kind of developments that the Karnataka is looking for in these elections?
I feel there is overall development, while the focus is also on the marginalized community a lot. Development, education, healthcare facilities. Apart from that, overall development is, I think, the #1 target. The security of the state is also very important.
So your name?
Disha.
Thank you. So like this, you can see that first-time voters are, they're really happy about, voting for the first time in there, and, they feel so responsible. And also, Shobha Karanlaj and also Sadananda Gowda will also be arriving at any moment at this polling booth where exactly I'm standing. And also you can see that people have already started to come and they started to cast their vote. It's been just 1 hour and people are just going and voting and their choose them. It's the right to choose their representatives, and also this is a time where people come out and elect and choose their representatives. And this is how the situation currently here in in Bengaluru at this polling station where exactly I'm standing. And it's been just 1 hour, so it has to after a few more hours we will get to know how much voters have been voted and what are the total number of it.
Yes, certainly, Thoya Dakshi. So, voting is underway and people have arrived to cast their votes. With me, joined on the broadcast is Neha Hebale, our colleague. Neha, so I would like to know the situation on the ground. People have started casting their vote early in the morning, and they are very enthusiastic voters who have arrived to cast their votes early in the morning, including the bigwigs, may it be CM Bomai or Prakash Raj or Nirmala Sitharaman.
Yes, that's right. Of course, it is really the dance of democracy today across the state of Karnataka, as we're seeing, people coming down to vote from as early as 7 itself. That's when the booths have opened. In fact, just a little while ago, we did, of course, bring you visuals of Nirmala Sitharaman as well, who finished her voting and came in. We're going to try and speak with a couple of people. Hi, ma'am, if I can just ask you, one question. Today, we're seeing that a lot of people have come down early to vote. What is it that the people of Bangalore today are voting for? Is it for development? Are emotional issues going to have any impact at all? What is it that you voted for?
I think just, progress for everyone and, development for the state. So I think that's really what it is.
Okay.
Thank you.
If I can just take one quick question from you as well. Okay, all right, all right. Well, of course, a lot of people really who've come down here to vote today, and in quite a big, number, we must say, because, hi, if I can just take one. Okay, all right. Well, of course, the fact is that where we're reporting from right now, we also have information that Sudha Murthy, in fact, has just gone in a little while earlier to vote. What's interesting is that this time around, it is, of course, going to be quite a neck-to-neck fight here. We've seen the senior leaders of all the parties coming down to campaign over here, made their pitches to the voters. Who's really, of course, going to be able to win the hearts of the voters? Well, that's something that, of course, we'll wait and ask the voters. But with that being said, what's going to be interesting also to see is what is it really that people are voting for this time around? Is it going to be emotional issues? Are we going to be seeing developmental issues? Is it the fact that, Bengaluru continues remain the IT capital? Is that something that, people, of course, are going to continue to vote for? Well, of course, we will bring you all this. Hi, sir, if I can just speak to you for 1 minute, I want to ask you, you've come down to vote today. What is it that people in Bangalore today are looking for in terms of change?
Better infrastructure, definitely, and then good public transport so that, we can get into a lot of issues can be solved because of transport.
Okay.
That is the most important thing.
Okay. I have to ask you, it's been 40 years now since Bangalore saw, one single party coming in a full simple majority. Are things going to be different this time around? We've seen all the senior leaders coming down to campaign in the state, be it the Prime Minister, be it Rahul Gandhi. Will it have any impact at all?
Though it is touch and go, I think one party will win this time.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Well, of course, you heard it there from the voter. People in the state too do seem to want a decisive mandate. But, of course, contrary to what predictions are putting out right now, that it could be a possible fractured mandate. Well, we're in fact just going to head in a little ahead here. We do, of course, understand now that Ms. Sudha Murthy also, in fact, of course, has come down to cast her vote. But what is, of course, again, like we did mention earlier, it's really going to be quite interesting here to see whether people this time are really voting for change or all of the emotional issues which have been raked up ahead of the elections. Is that really going to have any impact at all at this point? Of course, you can see here we do have Sudha Murthy as well, who's of course come down right now to vote. She's just cast her vote as well. What is of course, important is that, hi, ma'am, hi.
Lady photographer, I want to encourage you.
Ma'am, just one question to you. What is it that you have voted for today? Is it change that you're voting for? What is it that you want to see in Bangalore or in Karnataka?
Hi.
What are your expectations as a voter?
No, I don't expect anything when I vote because I want to vote. And I believe in democracy, voting is a great right. And
So you vote for party or you vote for candidate? You vote for party or you vote for candidate? Developments in Karnataka that means you vote for party or you vote for candidate?
ಏನಪ್ಪ ಕನ್ನಡದವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಕನ್ನಡದವ್ರು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ನಾವು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿದ್ದು ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡತೆಯಾಗಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕನ್ನಡನೇ ಮಾಡೋದು ಹೇಳಿ ಏನು ಕನ್ನಡ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಇಡಿ ಹೇಳಿ ಕನ್ನಡದವ್ರು ಏನಮ್ಮ
Well, in fact,
Yes.
of course,
So, Neha,
Sudha Murthy there. We did try
yeah, Sudha Murthy. So I would like you
response from her,
to
but
make
of
our
course,
viewers
it does seem
understand
like-
what Sudha Murthy has said, because people want to know what she has said now when she has cast her vote.
Well, yes, of course, we did go on to ask Sudha Murthy what her expectations were as a voter, how important it is this time around, considering that there are several issues that have been raked up. Of course, at this point, we will try and get in a small reaction from her. But, given the fact that, of course, there are... Okay.
Yes, certainly, Neha. So it was an intense campaign when we saw political heavyweights in Karnataka, and now it's a day for the voters to vote for their candidates and bring in the change that they expect in the coming days. So we'll bring in all the updates for our viewers. And meanwhile, a breaking news coming in. A war of words break out in Chitradurga between Congress and BJP workers near a polling booth. So it's a big day where voting is underway, and meanwhile, war of words began in Chitradurga between Congress and BJP workers near a polling booth.